Hi, here's your first day of notes. Section 4.1, radian and degree measure, standard position of an angle. And I want you to use these notes and make these notes so that they're useful to you. So write down what you need and speed me up if you want on the speed of the video. So an angle is made of two rays, and we have an initial side, which is where it starts, and we have a terminal side, which is where it ends. And the angle goes this way. If it's in standard position, then the initial side is always on the positive part of the x-axis, and the vertex of the angle is always at the origin. So initial side always on the positive side of the x-axis. And the vertex is always at the origin. Okay, now if you have an angle that's in standard position, and if the angle rotates this way, which is counterclockwise, ran out of room there, it's actually a positive angle. Likewise, if you have an angle in standard position, so starting on that positive part of the x-axis, and if the angle rotates counterclockwise, the way the hands on the clock would go, then that is a negative angle. So coterminal angles are angles that have the same initial and terminal sides. So you've got your x-axis and you have an angle sitting right here. We're going to use Greek letters often to name angles. It's just a little fancy. So this is the Greek letter alpha, like alpha and omega. And this is the Greek letter beta. And we'll often use this, which is the Greek letter theta. So if alpha is right here, and it's a positive angle because it's opening going counterclockwise, then I could have a coterminal angle that starts in the same spot. It's got the same initial side, and it can rotate this way, and it can end right here too. So this, I'm going to just name it beta right out here. So these two angles are coterminal because they both start in the same initial side and they both end at the same terminal side. The measure of an angle is determined by the amount of rotation from the initial side to the terminal side. And in geometry, we measured angles in degrees. You might remember like a right angle is a 90-degree angle. Or you might remember that a straight angle is 180 degrees. Well, we can measure angles in degrees. We can also measure them in radians. A radian is super helpful and useful in calculus. So that's another way to measure it. When we start class Thursday, I'll show you a good little clip that'll help explain a radian a little better. But for now, let's get the definition of a radian. It's the measure of a central angle theta And remember, that is that symbol with the circle with the line in it. That intercepts an arc. And we'll use S to represent the arc, equal to the length of the radius. R of the circle. So I will try to show you here, but when I see you in class, it'll make a little more sense. So here is our coordinate plane. Here's our circle. And let's see what a radian is. Well, a radian, if you take the length of this radius, and you took that and you wrapped it around the circle, then that would be this angle right here that's formed, this angle right here, that's 1 radian. So that's what that definition means. And then S equals R theta is the equation that we'll use in this situation, and theta is always measured in radians. And that's where we'll stop for today.